Good morning, my friends. Good morning and happy Friday to you all. My name is Cody and this is the Cody Roan Show. Today's show is called Tightness and Flexibility. They are opposites. They don't like each other, but they can really work well when both of these are kind of balanced out. And in terms of our human body, and with muscles, for those of you that work in the PT world, and in physical therapy, the basic bread and butter of what we do is we strengthen what is weak and we stretch out what is too tight. And when muscles can have this, when they can become lean and loose and they're strong and they can move freely, the body can have a sense of peace and an order to it. The body can have a potential for balance and for coordination, so they can dance, they can move freely in the world, they can function in a natural manner. And if you can see it, it's a beautiful thing to see somebody walk and run and dance. It's beautiful. And see somebody that has really tight muscles, they're just too rigid. They can't move. They're just like robots. And then again, if somebody is too flexible but they don't have any strength, it's kind of like Gumby. They're just kind of like, moving around and trying to move, but they don't have any power, so they just can't get up. But they're all loose though. You can totally move them, and you can mold them, and you can bend them. But because they have no sense of strength in their bones and in their muscles, they just can't even stand up. And I think this kind of mirrors the rest of our life in many ways, not just our muscles, but in our souls and our spiritual life and our emotional life. This sense of flexibility and muscle tightness and strength, they can sometimes want to fight each other. I mean, I can say this in the world among people. I think most of us kind of sway one direction. We're somebody who could be very focused on results, very structured, very controlled, strong routine. We love to work. We love to be productive. Our life is full of a very steady line of structured strength, order, sense of justice. We're very active, and we're in control of all of it. And it looks good. And to a certain point, this can work really well too. And I think that we all kind of need this. And you also can say this is kind of a sense of being very religious, in your prayer life. You always get up, you always pray these prayers, you wake up early, you're focused on helping yourself become holy, you show effort with it too. You show effort to build the structure and the routine and really good, strong habits. And you kind of push yourself too. You're very strict. You're focused on not sinning. You're focused on not making any kind of mistakes. And you're very active with it. And this is a good thing, but it can become kind of out of hand if our life is too controlled in terms of we don't allow any kind of chaos, anything that can be viewed as a change, any kind of disruption in our own order, the way we like it to be. It can really disturb us. It can leave us irritated. Like, no, this is not the way we do it. I always do it this way. I do it this way. I do it this way. But sometimes God can allow change to come into your life. And this one, it's good to be flexible, a little more spontaneous, open-minded, a sense of kind of letting go, a sense of just kind of being in the moment, just letting God do his thing, and you're just kind of going along with the ride. And if you can master that, along with the strength, beauty and order can come. And one thing I want to say too, I heard this once recently, and it was kind of nice. It brought some peace to my mind. So, peace is defined as the tranquility of order. Peace is not the absence of conflict. I think some people in the world kind of view peace as, just not having wars, not having battles, not having arguments and, fighting. And they think that is peace. Like, well, that's the absence of conflict. You can say that's calmness, but peace, like I said, is the tranquility of order. Everything is functioning as it should. Everything is well. Everything is in place. Everything is functioning naturally. There you will find peace. Just like in the body, when the muscles are lean and they're loose. And our spiritual life, if we're kind of going with the flow and we're enjoying the beauty of the moment. You're enjoying the birds that I hear right now, the nice cool breeze, a sense that God's hand is in control of your life, that He has you, He's got you. You are allowing Him to be the boss, to be the Father. But still, you're very structured on doing things that you know are true, that you know are beautiful for you, that you know are good for you. You know, praying every single day, reading Scripture every single day, having time in silence just to contemplate God and to meditate on Him, just to try to listen to Him, having a sense of you always do that. You always make time for that. That's a very good thing. It's very religious, also very spiritual. It's a balance of the two good things, the two sides of the same coin. Being very active in your faith, but also kind of passive and receptive in your faith. And I think actually the one that's probably more important first is actually being more receptive. And I think it's kind of dangerous to be too relaxed, to go with the flow, too spontaneous, because then there isn't any strength. But I think for somebody, especially with children are very receptive, they're very innocent, and you can teach children the faith easily because they don't have all of their grown-up pride yet. They don't have all the structure built in, but children can be very receptive. So I think it's actually more important to be, as far as our life with God, to be a little more go with the flow, because God is the one who gives us life. He's the giver of life. He's the one who gives us the truth. So if we're open to His truth, if we're open to allowing some change in our life, allowing some chaos, God can do His job, so to speak. So I think it's really important to have a very good structured prayer life, and I strive for that too. I try to pray every single day and to work hard with that, to work hard to always give God honor and justice, but also to not be too in control of everything in my life. I mentioned this in my last talk too on attachments, to not want to control everything. You can control yourself, controlling your attitude, controlling, not being so controlling. You can control that. But yeah, I think it's good to let God be in control of your life too. And in terms of the sporting world, playing quarterback in the world, in the game of football, my example today actually is of the play caller, the offensive coordinator. And as you know, usually this guy calls the plays. He can call a running play or a pass play or a trick play or a combination of a play action play, it's a fake running back toss, or it's any kind of play. And if the coordinator is too rigid on his whole agenda of the game, maybe he's very run focused. He wants to run the ball. Now, what can happen, as you can see in the game, is let's say this defense learns what the offense is doing. Okay, this team is a very running heavy team. We're gonna stack 9 guys in the box, and we're gonna defend the running game very well. And the problem is, if that coordinator doesn't want to improvise a little bit, be open to changing his play calling agenda, then he's not going to win. So let's say it's halftime now, and NBC media person Sarah Jones says, "Okay, coach, you've shown you want to really run the ball a lot this game. Do you have any plans for after halftime?" He says, "We're going to run the ball. We're going to run it again, run the ball, run it again. We're going to run it hard." I said, "Well, coach, it's not working that well. You can try something. You can try a pass play." I said, Nope. We're going to run the ball because it works, and that's our game. Go Lions. And then it's kind of obvious too that it'd be open to trying something else. And maybe it's a bad example, maybe not, but this is kind of what can happen if your life is too structured and you don't allow any kind of change. You don't allow God to do His thing, because life is full of a lot more than just work and being productive. It's good to make money, it's good to take care of your family, it's good to have insurance, but there's so much more wonder and mystery in this world. and that's who God is too. God is a God of strength and mightiness and power. But if you can put God in a box, I don't know how you can do it, but if you can find a way to do it, I don't know. You can't do it, because God is, He's full of mystery and wonder. I think He wants to share with us His mystery and wonder as well. So That's all for today. I'm going on 10 minutes now. So let's talk today. Tightness and flexibility, strength and rest. You know, working but also resting. Balance of the two. It'll bring peace. Have a good Friday. Have a nice weekend. I'll see you guys next Friday.